My dear friend, do you know the most precious thing you own? It's not your wealth. It's not your knowledge. It's not even your relationships. It's your time. Time is life itself. And yet, it's the one thing most of us waste as if it were infinite. We spend it casually on distractions, on anger, on gossip, on things that don't matter, forgetting that once a moment is gone, it is gone forever. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose status and rebuild it. But a single second lost will never return. Section 1. The illusion of infinite time. I often meet people who say, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll change when I'm ready. I'll follow my dream one day." But one day is a dangerous illusion. It is a silent thief. The truth is, no one knows how much time they have. Every breath you take is a gift. Every sunrise is a chance given, not guaranteed. Think of it this way. If someone stole 1,000 Indian rupees from you, you'd be furious. But every day, we let hours slip through our fingers without a second thought. Why? Because we believe we have plenty left. But what if we didn't? Section 2. The monk's lesson on time. Many years ago, when I first entered the monastery, my teacher gave me a strange task. He placed an hourglass in front of me and said, "Watch the sand fall." I sat there for an hour, then 2. I grew restless. I thought, what is the point of this? When I finally asked, he smiled and said, "This is your life, my child. Every grain is a moment. Seems slow, but it never stops. Once it falls, you cannot take it back." Most people don't realize this until the sand is almost gone. That moment changed me. I realized that every time I said, "I'll do it later," I was letting my sand fall without meaning. Section 3. Where does our time go? Let us be honest. We say we don't have time, but is that really true? We have time for scrolling endlessly. We have time for complaining. We have time for regrets and worries. Time is not lacking. Focus is. Respect is. What if we treated each moment like sacred currency? Would we still spend it on meaningless arguments or pointless comparisons? Or would we choose carefully, investing it in growth, kindness, love, and learning? Respecting time doesn't mean rushing. It means being intentional. Section 4. Time and the present moment. There's a beautiful teaching in Zen. The present moment is all we ever truly have. We dwell on the past, a place we cannot change. We chase the future, a place that doesn't exist yet. And in the process, we ignore the only real moment. Now, imagine holding water in your hands. If you try to grab too much, it slips away. But if you cup your hands gently, you hold enough. Time is the same. You cannot hold yesterday or tomorrow, but you can hold now if you choose to live it fully. Respecting time begins with respecting this moment. Pause. Right now is where your power lies. Right now is where change happens. Right now is where life unfolds. Section 5. The story of Emperor Ashoka. Let me share a story you may know. Emperor Ashoka, one of the greatest rulers of ancient India, once asked his wise advisor, "What is the most powerful truth you have learned?" The advisor replied, "This too shall pass." Ashoka was puzzled. "What does that mean?" The advisor smiled. "It means that time spares nothing. Joy and sorrow, triumph and failure, all will pass. Time is the great equalizer. And because it passes, we must cherish each moment while it is here." That teaching humbled even a king. It reminded him that all power, all glory, all pain are temporary. Time moves on, and so must we. Section 6. How to respect your time. The monk's 4 practices. It's not enough to understand time, we must learn how to honor it. Let me share 4 practices I've followed all my life. Clarity of purpose. If you don't know what matters, everything will seem urgent. Write down your top 3 priorities, your purpose, your path. Let these guide how you spend your time. Sacred silence daily. Spend at least 10 minutes each day in complete stillness. Reflect on how you used your time today. Did it serve your purpose? Or did it slip away unnoticed? Say no often. Every yes is a no to something else. Protect your time by refusing distractions that don't serve your growth or peace. Embrace the small moments. Do not wait for big moments to live. Joy is in small things. A breath, a smile, a sunrise. Respecting time means honoring even the simplest seconds. Section 7, a powerful reflection exercise. Here's a reflection I want you to try. Imagine your life is a jar, and each day you place 1 pebble inside. How many pebbles are already there? How many are left? We don't know, and that's the point. So treat every pebble you place from now on with reverence. Make each day a work of art. When you wake up, ask yourself, how will I honor my time today? What will I create with the gift of this day? And when you go to sleep, ask, did I live today with intention? If you practice this, you will no longer waste time, you will live it. Moral story, the woodcutter's time. Before we end, let me tell you a story that captures the heart of this teaching. Once, a young woodcutter challenged an old master to a tree-cutting contest. The young man worked furiously, chopping without pause, sweating under the sun. The old man, however, stopped every hour, sat quietly, and then resumed. At day's end, the old master had cut far more wood. Frustrated, the young man asked, how is this possible? I worked harder than you. The master smiled. Yes, but every hour, I stopped to sharpen my axe. The young woodcutter had spent his time working. The master had spent his time wisely. The lesson is simple. It's not how much time you have. It's how you use it. We are all woodcutters in this life. The question is, are you merely swinging your axe? Or are you sharpening it too? Moral story. The King and the Hourglass. Long ago, in a vast and prosperous kingdom, there lived a wise and powerful king. He had everything one could wish for: wealth, armies, palaces, and a loyal people. Yet despite all his power, the king was deeply troubled. He would often say to his ministers, I feel like time is slipping through my fingers. No matter how much I achieve, it feels as though life is racing ahead of me, and I am always behind. One day, the king summoned the wisest sage in the land and said, teach me how to control time. Give me the power to stop it, to make it move according to my will. The sage listened quietly, then smiled. I cannot give you control over time, Your Majesty. No one can. But I can teach you how to respect it. He handed the king a simple glass hourglass and said, keep this with you, and every morning, as the first rays of the sun touch your palace, turn it over. Watch as the sand begins to fall. The king was puzzled. That's all? How will this teach me anything? The sage bowed. In time, Your Majesty, in time. So the king did as he was told. Every morning, he turned the hourglass and watched the sand fall. At first, it seemed pointless. But slowly, something changed. He noticed that each grain of sand was tiny, yet together they filled the glass. He realized that his days were the same. Each moment was small and often ignored. Yet it was those small moments that built his life. He began to ask himself, am I using today wisely? Am I spending my grains on what truly matters, or letting them fall into emptiness? The king stopped wasting hours on trivial arguments and empty pleasures. He spent more time with his people, listened to their needs, studied wisdom, and cherished quiet sunsets. He learned to pause, to breathe, to live in the moment. Years passed. The king grew old, and one evening, as he watched the last grains of sand fall for the day, he smiled. There was no regret in his heart, because he knew he had honored his time. The sage returned one final time, and the king said, "You were right. Time cannot be stopped, but it can be respected. And in respecting it, I found peace." The lesson: my friend, we are all kings of our own lives. Our crowns may be invisible, but our kingdom is our time. And like the sand in that hourglass, it is always falling, silently, steadily, irreversibly. You cannot stop the sand from falling, but you can decide what you do with it while it's still in your hands. So treat every grain of time as sacred. Spend it on what nourishes your soul. Use it to grow, to love, to learn, to build something meaningful. Because in the end, time is not just what we measure life with. Time is life itself. Respect your time, and your life will become a masterpiece. Final reflection. My dear friend, time is not a resource you manage. It is the essence of your existence. Every breath you take is a grain of sand falling in your hourglass. And once it's gone, it will never return. So do not wait for tomorrow to live deeply. Respect this moment. Cherish this day. Guard your hours like a treasure. Invest them in love, learning, and purpose. Because in the end, when all the sand has fallen, you will not regret what you did. You will regret the moments you wasted. So let us walk forward, mindful, awake, and deeply respectful of the time we have been given. And with every moment that passes, may we live not just longer lives, but truer ones. Respect your time, and time will respect you. If this message touched your heart, I invite you to walk with me on this journey of growth and reflection. Pushpin, subscribe to this channel for more timeless wisdom from the monastery. Thumbs up like this video if it inspired you to think beyond your limits. Speech balloon and share in the comments. What is one big dream you're ready to embrace today? Timeless quotes on respecting time. 1. Time is not refundable. Use it with intention. 2. Respect your time, and others will learn to respect it too. 3. Do not waste a single moment, for time is the only thing you can never get back.